Hi everyone. Schubert frequently uses different chromatic chords throughout his song cycle Winterreise. In some contexts, these chords are used as chords in their own right, while in others they result from the presence of other factors such as voice leading or compositional devices. These devices will be the topic of later videos and will not be discussed in any detail here. In this video, therefore, I will label the chords as vertical entities, even if at higher levels of analysis their presence would be subsumed by other factors. Along with use of the more common chords resulting from mixture, such as use of the subdominant minor in a major key, Schubert also uses other borrowed chords. Here, for example, in the key of C minor, he uses a minor chord on the raised submediant. And several bars later, a minor chord on the lowered submediant. Here, however, Schubert is possibly hinting at the key of A-flat minor by introducing some of that key's accidentals, or is simply colouring the phrase end on C minor's mediant. An instance of mixture resulting from voice leading occurs here, where this E-flat minor chord on the flattened supertonic of D minor essentially moves by step over a B-flat pedal from the preceding submediant to an A-flat secondary dominant 7th chord. Together, these chords form a 2-5 progression in D-flat minor. Here, however, they move on to this B-flat major chord and are used to colour the submediant of D minor. Schubert uses common tone diminished 7th chords as an embellishment of root position tonic chords, probably their typical application, and also preceding other chords. Use of common tone diminished 7th chords as an embellishment of a tonic can be seen here, where after cadencing in G-flat major, the tonic is prolonged with this A-flat common tone diminished 7th chord. As here, when embellishing root position tonic chords, the diminished 7th is typically in 4/2 inversion. The diminished 7th degree and the tonic's root note are, in this instance, the common tone, while the other notes of the common tone diminished 7th chord essentially move by step. Instances of common tone diminished 7th chords can also be seen here, where this French augmented 6th is preceded by an F sharp common tone diminished 7th chord in 4/2 inversion. And later in the same song, where the second inversion dominant chord in G minor is preceded by the C sharp common tone diminished 7th, which is here in root position. Throughout Winterreise, Schubert uses Neapolitan chords in both root position and first inversion. Here, for example, a root position Neapolitan chord precedes a cadential 6/4 progression in the tonic key of C minor. And later in the same song, a first inversion Neapolitan 6th precedes a cadential 6/4 progression in the key of G minor. A Neapolitan 6th is also used here, preceding an extended cadential progression in A minor played over a tonic pedal. Along with use of the chromatic chords already discussed, other chords and unusual progressions which Schubert uses include use of extended dominant chords. Here Schubert uses this secondary dominant 7th flat 9 chord resolving to an F minor triad in the following bar. Use of third related cadential progressions. From dominant 7th chords, Schubert relatively frequently moves from a cadential dominant 7th to either the mediant major or mediant minor, which here is also the pivot chord between the keys of G minor and F minor. In this context, I refer to these dominant chords as cadential, even if they don't close a phrase. These dominants are still prepared cadentially by a predominant chord, but then move onto a chord which is not the typical chord of resolution for a perfect cadence. The effect of this technique is heightened when the chord of resolution is chromatic to the dominant's key. Third related progressions which are not cadential can also be seen here, where Schubert uses chords a third apart to move from E minor to G minor. And here he uses chords whose root notes both lie a minor third away from the tonic chord of C minor. Here, as we've seen, A minor chords are introduced through mixture, and here the major mediant, also a minor third from C, is featured as the phrase end. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.